theme for this conference is Speak Out.
So I'll leave the floor open for question and answer. Pastor Nisi, can you please handle that for us?
I'm just going to read two. The first one is for Pastor, our sister. This first one is for you. He said, what do you expect me to do when the man is abusive and when I've already signed for better for worse?
No.
Did you say that's for me, ma?
Yes, ma. It's for
All
you.
right. Thank you very much. First and foremost, I don't want to belittle the feeling of that person. I don't want to take it lightly, the frustration in it. And as I started this talk, culture has tied our hands into believing that once you've signed up to marry someone, you're grounded there forever, for better or for worse. We have seen from experience of others, from watching the news, from listening to that it's no longer the own thing. When you then die out of abuse, what happens to the children? Then it goes on and on and on, because there's so many key people we've heard about that were killed by their spouses. I will implore you, ma, pray about it. Look inwards. Because sometimes we say that somebody who is doing bad behavior knows, is looking for somebody to tell them, a bad person, a misbehavior, is a misbehavior, whichever way you paint it. So if there are any misgivings in your own life, address it. If you've addressed it and communication with your husband or with your wife, you've ensured that you've done, you have to bring yourself low to change the ways you are. If you have changed your ways, you've supported your husband or your spouse to change his ways, you've sought counseling from the church. If you can afford professional counseling, you've sought it. I would say excuse yourself for a bit and see how that works. But if you want to do or death, the death does part. The death will do departing. Another woman will come into the house, and the violence will continue. I'm not sure if Pastor Reverend Bakari can say something.
Yes, of course. I need to respond. If you remember last year, that was the theme of our conference last year.
Yes.
And we mentioned that for better, for worse, is biblical and is expected. But the meaning of for better, for worse is that you and I coming together as a team to face whatever life will throw at us, to face external enemies. That is the meaning of for better, for worse. Not you and I fighting each other or killing each other. So when we are talking about for better, for worse, we are in a marriage, someone is sick, we stick to it, we work through it together. We are in a marriage, someone lost their job, we stick to it, we work through it together. That is the meaning of for better, for worse. But when we are talking about for better, for worse, and we are applying that to domestic violence, it's not biblical. The Bible says the man and a woman will come together and they become one flesh. Do you get a pain and punch yourself? You don't do that, you care for yourself. So if two of you are one, when we are talking about for better, for worse, it is only applicable to both of you working together to face external challenges, external enemies, and whatever life may throw at you. Not you and your spouse fighting each other, harming each other, attacking each other.
Thank you, sir.
Well
okay, this is the Beatrice have one. So before then, let me read the second one. So the second one is, if the home become a tug of war, where no one understand each other anymore, I feel it is time for us to separate. Is there any problem by separating? Can I go or can he leave my house? Say, because the home is becoming a tug of war. And the last part of it is, say, before we kill each other.
Yes, this is why this conference is very, very vital. Speak
Yes.
out before it is too late.
Yes,
But let me start from the other end. I went to minister sometimes few years ago. It was a marriage seminar, and a woman walked towards me at the end of the conference and said, "Sir, what I'm hearing today, if I had it 10 years ago, I wouldn't have left my husband." The point I'm trying to make here is that when you look at some of these Gen Zs, they don't even have time at all. Any little thing they want to opt out. So that's where I'm starting from the other end. I will say it is okay to opt out for separation or divorce after you have explored all available means to keep the marriage together. Even if you want to go to court and you are seeking divorce or separation, legally, they will still make the arrangement for you to give it some time. Maybe you may have a change of heart, because by the time you get into the ground of no return, you realize the fact that divorce is not even as easy as you think. Separation is not as easy as you think. What I've noticed is that some people give up too quickly before they even seek for other mediums or other ways of working on their relationship. Having said that, this is why we are talking about speaking out before it is too late. You are here on this platform. Our lovely pastor, Grace Nisi, is there. Our team members are there. Even if you cannot afford professional counselors, they will be able to support you. They will be able to guide you. I always tell people, whenever we have seminars like this, if all of us on this platform have marriage issues and they are similar, the reality is that by the time we sit together to analyze each of the relationship, you will realize that they are all unique. They are all different in one way or the other. And that is why we are always very careful to give a generalized counsel in a situation like this, when people are asking questions. So the first step you want to take is to speak to your spouse or your partner. Talk about it. If you are able to resolve it, fantastic. If you are not able to resolve it, it's an indication that you need a third party to support you. You can speak to your pastor or Pastor Nisi and our team. If that is not working out, you can equally look for a Christian professional counselor that they can help you to work through it. Let me give you an example. We teach agreement. We teach togetherness. And someone comes up and say, my husband is gambling away the family money. And if he continues the way he's doing, we are going to lose this house. That is a unique question. Of course, I believe in agreement. Of course, I believe in couples working together. But because of this reality, we have to sit down and say, you know what? This is the reality of on ground. You need to let this person know that every family must have a gatekeeper. And on this occasion, you want to be the financial gatekeeper for your family. And if this person is not agreeing, let this person know that this and this and that. Going forward, you will take the responsibility. Let him take the other responsibility that wouldn't harm your family. But you don't want to lose your house. So this is where specified counsel becomes handy to people facing specific situation. But what I'm not trying to say here is the fact that some people give up too quickly. And like Sister Yemi said, some people also endured until they died in the process. We don't want any of the two to happen. We want to make sure that we have worked on it. And let me tell you, from what I do lots of couples therapy every week, I understand that some of the cases that ended up in the court, they are marriages that could have been saved at one point or the other if they had the right people to walk them through it.
I just want to add, sir, with all respect,
go ahead,
it takes two to tango. What I have seen over the years is that when couples have misunderstanding, culturally, we're saying to the woman, if it is good, if the house is good, it is you. If the house is not good, it is you. So even if the woman looks inward to make changes, the spouse also has responsibility. So this is a joint effort. And my prayer, my desire, my wish is for this person to find a way that she or he and the partner can come together and work together, the changes as necessary for peace to reign in the home. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you so much, Ma. Yeah. So I've got two questions here. So I'm going to read the very first one. So it says, I would like to ask for advice on helping a born-again man who had a physical abusive father to mother and children. He also had a period of imprisonment as a youth. Now, as adult in his 40s, he regularly displays behavior common to youth and 20-year-old, rebellious, hanging out with friends, drinking for days without going home, resenting responsibilities of a husband. His wife is frustrated and doesn't know what to do. What will you advise, ma'am?
Thank you very much. That is a case of regression. Now, as I started earlier when I was talking about abuse, that for every one of us sitting on this platform, we all have nature and nurture. So there is input of our father, our mother, upbringing skill, the environment we grew up in, the experience of life we have had, the way we have journeyed in life has culminated into making us who we are and the choices we make. And when a home is settled and organized, children from such home make better citizens for the country. If it was the other way for some family, it takes a different course. It takes the person in question to acknowledge that I'm failing here, I'm failing here, I'm failing here. When that person then acknowledges that he's got issues, then he can seek counsel. After which, because if you go to counseling, you don't go to meet Reverend Bakari as a counselor and then he counsels you maybe 1 hour and then you immediately get better. No, it's a prescription. It's inciting you to what changes or the buried emotions that you have in your heart, how you can bring it to the surface, face reality with it, face the reality of the present moment you're at, so that you don't allow your past affect the present and make the future worse. But that person need to have the realization that my life is going down here. What do I need to do? And have the desire to want to make changes as prescribed by that's why people go to different churches looking for miracle everywhere. Because God has already input into us what we need to live this life. We just need to imbibe in and take the right steps, seek the right counsel, not just seeking counsel and obediently committing to make things work. So my plea, my prayer, my desire is that this person It's not through nagging, because a frustrated spouse will probably nag. You started again. That will even make him worse. That's going to push him even further. It's also mean to say you're tolerating this bad behavior, but you have to keep tolerating it. Maybe find someone that he listens to who can talk to you both, supporting him, holding his hand, that we're in this together to make it work. And hopefully that would encourage him to want to play his part. I don't know if Reverend Bakari has anything.
Of course I do. Of course I do. From what I'm hearing, I can see evidence of unfinished business here.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the trauma that the man went through when he was a child, there is impairment in his developmental process.
Yes,
so he's in his 40s, he's behaving like 18-year-old because the development has been impaired. And this is where speaking out before it is too late helps. You see, this sister must have seen this man and some of the red flags even before they got married. But because everybody is excited, I want to get married, he wants to get married, she wants to get married, we tend to overlook a number of these things. And this is where premarital counseling comes into play. I always tell people, it is all about helping you to save your marriage even before it starts. Now, in the middle of the counseling, when we realize that this person has an unfinished business, we recommend that this person should have personal therapy. This is where they will be able to explore their unfinished business. And what counseling does for you is to help you to gain self-awareness. Oh, I've been abused in the past. Oh, this is how I'm feeling about the abuse. Oh, I'm feeling frustrated. I'm even angry at my father who abused me, and so on and so on and so forth. In the middle of the counseling session, after they have been able to explore all these things and talk about their feelings, if it is a Christian counselor, of course, they will still pray with them and share one or two biblical stuff with them. In addition to that, the same person will now be able to come out as a survivor. Of course, occasionally they may still remember that when they were little children, they were abused. So, some of us still remember how we got some thorough beatings when we were younger. But today we smile about it, we laugh about it, we even thank God about it, that God and used those things to shape our lives to become what we are today. So this individual, I would suggest, we need, like Sister Yemi said, at this stage now, someone that he could listen to. And if he acknowledges that he needs help and is willing to explore counseling, few sessions will help him to be able to recognize, understand, and begin to think about how to solve his problems.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. I've got another question here. Please, I need your help, ma. My husband wants more from me to support him financially, which I built house only on his name in my country. His financial support is 40% and mine is 60%. Now we are in the USA. I bought a house alone on both names, but he still wants me to support his businesses in Africa financially, which I do not know anything about. Now I am 58 years and he is 63 years. Please, what can I do?
Thank you very much, ma. I empathize with the lady and I also praise your courage. You have done well for yourself, ma. You have done well for yourself. Now, in relationship, especially that you're able to, you've told us your age, is the age where you are now wanting to nearly retire and sit and enjoy the relationship and the time you spent raising children who are probably grown and away from the house. For if this is what is happening, ma, my plea will be start a conversation, ma. A conversation that's genuine, that's pure, that's respectful, and offer him explanation from your side, what you're missing, what you're disappointed at, and be open to a honest conversation. With that conversation with him, if he honors your invitation for the conversation, if he relates well when you're doing the conversation, that might help you to know what to do next. But ma, to be 58 and be married to a 63-year-old, you're doing 60 to 40, you've done this for years. And if you're still capable of doing it, and you're not struggling to do it, why do you want to make changes to that? The only changes I think you should make is being real to him. Talk between yourselves. Be truthful. If you have to print it out of a pen, so he sees your commitment, let him see it for a realization. After that, ma, his response to you will then be able to inform you the next step to take. But that is what I will do if I were in your shoes, ma. I'll let Reverend Bakari have an input. God bless you, man. Well done.
Amen.
Amen.
I want to just add that first and foremost, I would like to clap for that woman.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. Well done.
In the Western world,
your
contribution is 60%.
Well done.
Your husband's is 40%. In fact, one more time, I would like to clap for you. You have done well.
Kudos and chop knuckle.
You have done well. And I would like to build on what Sister Yemi said. The stage where you are now is very crucial. You are not as strong as you used to be. Your husband also is not as strong as he used to be. To the glory of God, I do this every week, and I hear different stories. I can say to you with all boldness, less than 10% of businesses owned by people in diaspora are thriving in Africa. It's just an opportunity for people in whatever country. It doesn't matter what the name of your country is. Your people, your friends, your siblings, they are the ones that we really, really, really enjoy the money. So there are lots of questions you and your husband need to ask yourself. Are both of you planning and thinking of relocating to retire in your homeland? If the answer is yes, you need a conversation and a solid plan. If that is not the case, I can assure you only less than 10%. And I've seen agonizingly how this situation has brought about divorce. Some people I've worked with or counseled in the past, similar situation, few years between the husband and wife. The woman is working so hard. This woman will even take loans so that the man can take some drugs and cars to Nigeria. And the people seeing him coming thought he is their ATM. At the end of the day, all the businesses did not perform. He will now come back and still be saying the wife is not supporting him. As we speak now, they are not together. So at this stage of life, you want to be very, very careful. Like Sister Yemi said, and I want to echo it even louder. There's need for a serious conversation. The way you present it matters, like Sister Yemi said. Bring out all the records. We have a house here. We don't want anybody to take it. And we want to make sure that things are working. The ones we've invested so far, what profit has it yielded? So at the end of the day, when there is a honest and sincere conversation, then you can decide what is best for you. But if you can see that the situation is going nowhere, there are still ways you can politely decline with all humility, with all respect, and say, I would love to help Oga or Baba, whatever names you call each other, or Igwe, Odogu, or babe, whatever you call each other. The reality is that this is not hard enough. And I want to appeal to you to understand it that way. Because when I have seen this again and again, when a man is under pressure from some friends or family members, it will just, that is when they start doing a number of things behind their wives, and vice versa. In some families, the man is intact and is focused, but it's the wife that some people have cornered, and they will be using her to milk the family. But at the end of the day, that will cause stress in between, because when the woman is stressed, she will start nagging the man. You're not giving me enough money. You're not doing this. You're not doing that. So bringing all the figures on the table is vital. Present it with respect. And I would like to encourage you to summon the courage to boldly and kindly decline with all humility if the figures are not adding up. Because at the end of the day, if you don't, you are inviting financial crisis in diaspora. And in diaspora, if you are struggling financially, there's no mercy. So, and your children too will also be affected. You will be affected. So, and I tell people nowadays, at my age now, I'm looking for strategic ways to make myself last. And I will say the same to this mama. You need to look for strategic ways to make yourself last. In fact, you should communicate that to the Odogu himself, that Oga, you're not getting younger. And lastly, I will say, for some of us, I'm guilty of the same. Some of the houses we built in Africa, are you going to go there to live there? I tell myself now, I wish I can wind back the clock to just 10, 15 years ago. Maybe I will have made some different choices. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you so much for doing justice to the questions. I must confess, you're being very realistic and logical, and I enjoy that. But from that question, I quickly want to bring out two things, and I want you to quickly help us out. The woman said the very first thing, she built a house in Nigeria. She single-handedly built the house. The husband has 40% and she has 60%, and she built it in the man's name. Please, is it advisable for couple to build house in one person's name alone?
No, 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 no.
Yeah,
in fact,
so I want,
don't even do Mr. and Mrs.
Yeah.
Do Reverend
The name.
Dr. Gideon Omoniyi Bakari.
Exactly.
And Pastor Mrs. Faith Oluwafumilayo Bakari. Because when you say Mrs., anybody can answer the title.
Can be Mrs. Yeah. So that the person that sets this question will understand that it's not even advisable because they contributed money together.
It's a big risk.
Built the house on the man's name, so they will know that is not advisable, going by what is happening.
Sorry to
in the
interrupt,
world
my
now.
sister. I have seen instances. I mean, I've done this to the glory of God for 34 years, sitting with people counseling, and we hear a lot. I have seen instances from here when the man died, because the house was in the man's name. They actually told the wife and the children here not to come near. His family back home in Nigeria took over everything.
Owns it.
Mm.
Yeah.
I want to add something quickly to that, Ma, if I'm permitted.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Yeah, I want to encourage the auntie to say that the house building, I'm sure it's not something that was done yesterday or last year. This must have been a few years ago. Now she can't do anything about it. Can she just move forward and look at doing something better for herself rather than fight over a building she can't do anything about? The past is the past. This is the present, and as we are saying, don't give any more money towards anything the gentleman is doing if you're not convinced about the reality of it. While you can still do, if you want to build another house or you want to buy another house where you are at, it's better to invest on something you can see and quantify than worry about the house you built and the ownership of it, because it might not go well. And that's just my additional point. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ma. Let's quickly move on because of our time. I've got another question here. How do I get through childhood abuse? Each time I remembered, I get very angry with my parents. I'm not sure what to do. Do you want me to repeat the question?
No, ma, that's fine.
Okay.
Now, there's something called flashback. If one was really abused badly as a child and has not really dealt with it. So I want to say to this person, my heart goes out to you. Excuse me. Unfortunately, when things like that happens, burying it inside and wearing a facade of not affected by it is not helpful. It's an issue that's happened. You're cross with your parents, but you have not really dealt with it. To really deal with it, ma, you need a professional counselor who will bring it out of you, bring it to the surface, support you towards dealing with the loss, with the pain, with the anguish, so that you don't carry the baggage of it to your present life that can impair the future. In simple terms, seek for counseling so that you can uproot that hurt. Because the end, whatever you do to yourself now, it is history, it has happened. You can't change it. But how do you manage to go on in the future, remembering it's there, but it should not hold you to ransom forever, so that your future can be better and overcome. God bless you, ma.
Okay. Thank you, Ma. The last one for now. Yeah, is it a sin for a woman to ask for a divorce after 22 years of marriage because the husband is not financially prudent and always tells the woman that it is her responsibility to look after the family? This comes after several discussions for change, which was unproductive. Is it wrong to let the children know that mom wants a divorce?
Anyway, I empathize with the person who's asking the question. Unfortunately, this is not a forum where a general answer or a simple yes or no can be thrown out, because it'll be mean to do that. It'll be unkind to do that. However, we don't even know the age of the children in question. But if I were in your shoe, communication has not helped. If you're still living with this man, my suggestion, what I, Yemi, will do is the area that I want to because if you're asking someone to make a change in a relationship, if the person is not making the change, you start to make your own changes. If you're putting 50 pounds together before and it's putting 20, you're still putting 80, stop doing it. So there's some benefits that is having, that's encouraging his illicit ways. You might want to start to withdraw it slowly, or make the home situation a lot more prudent for yourself, irrespective of what he's doing, or seek counsel. Seek counsel with him, speak to somebody. But it's like you said, communication has been going on and on and on and on and on, and has not worked. So it's time that you look inwards, review situation within yourself, but seek help if you're able to seek help, and see how far that goes. But there's no yes, pack out, no, don't pack out answer in this, because it'll not be fair. There's a lot to consider. There's a lot to consider.
Absolutely.
Thank you,
And that's what this conference is all about. Speak out before it is too late. When you, because when that situation is making you to begin to feel somehow in your brain, it's making you to withdraw, it's affecting your work, it's affecting the way you think very well. Is you haven't getting physically sick because of some of these mental health symptoms. You're not sleeping well, you're not eating well, you feel like dying. When all these things are beginning to happen, this is the time for you to actually seek support. And like Sister Yemi said, 21 years is not a joke. I was talking to a client recently, and the woman said, 10 years of my life as a father who also have a daughter. That thing really hits me. 10 years. But now we are talking about 21 years. That's why I said earlier that some people, separation and divorce should be the last option. You must have done all you could to save your marriage, to talk about it. The moment two of you can't agree, it's an indicator that you need a third party. And that may be pastoral counseling or professional counseling.
Thank you so much, sir. One more. I know I said one more the other time, but I just received one now, and the person is begging for it to be read, so I'm going to be quick with it.
Well, I hope we are going to address those who sent theirs before now.
No, because that one, sorry, sir, that one will be addressed later after the third session.
Okay, ma'am.
Well, if you have the time, because I wanted to say that I am happy for us to leave the third session and address the questions.
The question, okay. So,
it's up to you, Pastor Nisi.
Pastor Nisi will decide, she will decide that.
Or I can make it very short.
Okay. We'll leave you to, because you are an authority in that perspective. So we'll leave you to use your discretion, sir. Okay, for the last question. Yeah, this person is asking that if your husband is away for 18 years, not contributing anything to you nor the children, now he wants to come back after you've done everything for the children, you've done everything for yourself, you don't need him again after 18 good years. What can that person do?
Thank you very much, Ma. I want to say well done to the person asking the question who's done the work constantly, day and night for 18 years. But my question, though, is the gentleman who was away for 18 years, was it by his own doing? Was he away for work? Was he not seen by the wife at all for 18 years? Did he divorce or did he separate? There must be a reason he's away for 18 years. If we don't know, if we don't know the reason he's away for 18 years, we can't judge him to say he's an absentee father.
Ma. Yeah. Excuse me, ma. Okay, can I quickly answer the question that you've raised? Yeah, he went away for 18 years on his own accord. The wife does not want him to go. He insisted. You have said about cultural that, oh, I'm the head of the family. He left on his own accord. And it was redundant for that, for those good 18 years. He didn't do nothing. And he's still the head. And he didn't seek for divorce. And the wife did everything, raised the children, nothing to be done. Now he wants to come back.
Okay. If that's the case, ma, now 18 years of the man being wherever he stayed, was there any communication? Was he showing concern about the children? Has he been dead quiet? If he has been dead quiet for 18 years, what has happened to him now that is wanting to come back? So that's what we want to explore. What happened for 18 years? You have not called us, you have not spoken to us, we have not been in communication. You don't even know how the children are performing in school. What had changed? Why do you suddenly want to come here? You want to check that first. If the opportunity for him to come to where you're going is in your hand, weigh the pros and cons of it first, so you don't drag him back into your life and go a few steps backwards. And I tell you truly, legally, a relationship of husband and wife the husband is away for more than 5 years, it's automatic divorce by desertion. That's what I saw. Automatic divorce by desertion. 5 years, your husband has not been living with you under the same roof continuously. It's automatic divorce. Now 18 years, the man had divorced you, ma. Things have gone bad for him and he's just coming back to enjoy where he has not sold. Forgive me if I'm being frank. That is what I will do. I will not let the man in if I don't know what the reason why he's coming in, if we have not communicated for 18 years. Sorry.
So much,
Just
man.
a comment.
I love that. And I think I share the same school of thought with you. You have just said it the way I'm going to give my own verdict. So, but some people will say, oh, because you're still very young, but thank God an older person has done justice to it. And that's just my own stand as well. So I'm pretty sure the person too is listening. So
Just a comment.
Pastor Nisi, okay, sir.
Just
No,
a comment.
let doctor add something to it, please.
Okay.
I shouldn't have made any other comment because our sister has really said everything, but
Spot on.
I can't but make this comment. What I'm seeing in this question is a tale of a prodigal husband. And marriage is a personal decision. I counsel lots of people who are going through separation and divorce. Some session, the woman will say, I want to leave him. And another session, the same woman will come back and gain, you know, I still have some soft spots for him, you know. I'm telling you as an individual who has done this for 34 years, I would say that marriage is a personal decision.
Yeah.
Because if we say, let him in, you will say, it was Sister Yemi who said I should let him in. If we say, shut the door, don't let him come in, you will say, by now I should have my husband beside me. It was somebody who said I shouldn't, but you have had it. Even in the eyes of the law, 5 years,
Yes.
10 years, 15 years. That's three times the number.
Yeah.
Almost 4 times.
Yeah.
So it is definitely a tale of a prodigal husband. Because I know, I mean, I've had instances where some people are going through divorce and they are still sleeping together.
Yeah.
It's
complicated.
Those of us who listen to people and we hear stuff, we know what is going on out there. And nobody will help you to live your life.
Ben.
Yes.
But what our sister has just said is, ideally, that is the verdict. Because if this person had what he was looking for where he went, he would never think of coming back. Not that alone. You realize the fact that, like Sister Yemi said, you don't want anybody to come into your life and destroy all that you have put together. Then you also want to ask yourself the question: where has he been? Who are the women in his life? Because maybe he has had 2, 3, 4, 5 children within that 18 years. I've seen instances where someone went like that and he wants to come back, and the wife was thinking about taking him back, but the other person that he went to is now kicking, and they are threatening this person's life, and they are happy to use any means to attack this person. Because those, if you look at people who take people's husbands or people's wives, they cannot withstand what they have done to others. They will fight back.
Yes.
So you want to really evaluate all the things on ground and ask yourself, why do I want to do this?